In this video, they have a practice on the topic operators and expressions. Any combination of variables, functions, constants, and operations that result in some value is called an expression. Let's try to create a simple example of expression. An expression consists of operators and operands. In this case, we have operator plus, and we have two operands are 2 and 5. This is the data on which the action is performed. Arithmetic operators are usually separated by spaces. This code is easier to read. Look at the table with the arithmetic operators. There are only 7 operators. The operators are arranged in the evaluation order, which means that the exponentiation will be performed first in the expression, and the addition will be performed last. Let's create some example. You have a formula by which you get a grade for the course. For example, it looks like this. You have a score for attendance, for homework, you have special scores, and for D you have some, for example, you have some deductions. Here is an expression that contains 3 different operators. What are these operators? Here we have 3 operators: plus, minus, and multiply. We want to enter data and get a response, a grade for the course. Let's create the variables and try to create this task. Okay, we can check our expression. We can input our variables. First, A, H, S, and D. And we have a result 4.1. If you want to change the order of operations, you can add parentheses. When you perform operations between integer and float data types, the response returns the float data type, as in our example. We can do a type conversion and turn our float number into integer number. To do this, we can use int function. Note that when we convert float data type to the integer data type, it is rounded down. The characters after the dot are discarded. In this case, we have integer number 2. It's our grade. We created an expression with the float and integer data types. But what if we add up, for example, integer and string? Let's check. An error appears on the screen. The C-type error, unsupported operand type for plus, int and string. It's impossible to perform such an operation for integer data type and string data type. Let's try the same operation for two strings. How do you think what will be the result here? Here we have a result, two strings together, 5 and 5. Try different versions of expressions with different data types yourself. Let's look some more interesting operations. For exponentiation, there is a separate operator. You need to enter a number, the operator, and the degree to which it should be erased. In this case, we have an answer 4. Modulo division will return the remainder of the division and discard the whole part. An integer division will return the whole part from the division and discard the remainder. In this video, we had a practice on the topic operators and expressions. In the next video, we will start to work with logical operators and logical data type.